What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video today. There's no announcements today, so we are gonna take a look at some newly released figures, and this is one of them. This was from yesterday, from Hot Toys, and the other one is the Mark 42, which I would also make a video of. But for now, let's take a look at the Dark Knight Returns from Hot Toys. And if you are interested in this figure, it's still available for pre-order at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. So the Dark Knight Returns, it's, I would say, one of the more customizable figures out there, because a lot of people do love this version of Batman. And when it was first announced, I was kind of, I wanted to get this because I'm not really into comic books, but A, it's Batman, and it's pretty iconic. I don't know where this photographer or blogger gets his diorama, but this is amazing. I'm assuming it's a rooftop diorama. I don't know which one is on the other side. Maybe it was just like photoshopped, but whatever that is, it looks phenomenal. Speaking of looking phenomenal, and that's exactly what this figure is. Just by looking at it, like I said, I've been collecting for a long time now, and I've seen this pop up in different forums. Yes, it was forums back then, not groups in Facebook. And this was costing, $800, and this was, talking about 2014, 15, at around that time. But this is pretty affordable, less than $300. I believe this is like $260, $270, something like that. The base is Iron Man Mark 1 reissue, the die-cast version. The cape looks decent. I'm not it's kind of bunching up on the top, but it's good enough for me because I love them custom capes, but sometimes they could be pricey. So as much as I could avoid them, I try to. But sometimes it's necessary. In here, it might be. It'll go by as well. The Dark Knight Returns. I love the plaque. I think this is more appropriate for him than Iron Man. This one, like I said, it looks good. The body is custom to him. You don't see any Hot Toys figures that looks like this body wise. See, the cape looks nice because the idea is kind of for the cape to hug him. That is the idea for the Dark Knight Returns, because he does have that look, but I don't know, I think it feels it's too thick, so it's bunching up like a comforter or something. I don't know. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that, but I don't know how you're gonna, I guess you remove the cowl first, because it feels like it's one piece from his cowl to maybe it's just underneath his cowl. Who knows? But the material looks stretchy enough because we see him in this kind of pose where his feet are wide apart. Again, this is a beautiful diorama with a gargoyle on it. But yeah, the material looks like it's stretchy. But limited poses. That is one thing that you would see here and be like, oh, I don't know about that. It's limited poses. Most Batmans are, to be fair. The only ones that I could think of is the Pattinson Batman, and this looks like it's on par articulation wise with that figure. The only difference is this has a chunky body that it makes him look less articulated than he actually is, because of the limitations of the body and not the suit. Because I think the suit itself is pretty forgiving. You can see here that is a pretty high up angle of his shoulders and his elbows. That's a pretty good rotation right there of the elbows. This is a tight sniper holding look, which good luck doing this on an '89 Batman or a Batfleck. You have no worries here if you fold the elbows like that because of the suit. It's one of those stretchy fabric looking suit, like nylon-ish. But just standing, like, look at this pose. It looks amazing. I think it does. Is this something that I want to pick up? Yes. Is he on the forefront of I want to pick up? Not necessarily. These are the type of figures where if it gets released and I have funds and nothing is coming out on that, on that particular time, this is the type where I don't pre-order. Big Bad gets them. I survey the field. Is something coming out? Because right now, what is it? November. I'm guessing Sideshow would get this probably around January. Just a hunch. Maybe earlier than that. The later the better for me, at least. Because I'm not pushing for this. And then hopefully I hope around February this comes out and nothing is around that time. I get bored, I'll pick him up. Because he would be nice to display alongside the Killing Joke Joker. I think I'm more inclined to pick that up than this guy. And no shade on this guy. Just Joker, I just want to have variations of those. But I want to have this. I don't need to have this. I want to have him. But it all depends on, the situation at around that time. He's not on my top priority list, but I want to have him. But it looks good. It does look good. There were rumblings about the posts. If you look at the in their post on Facebook, there's the first picture where the iconic pose of the Dark Knight where he's like kind of jumping in the air. They can't pull it off, and that's just the limitation of the figure. I think the post the photographer did his best, but this is what you can get. But it at the end of the day, I think it looks great. It looks fantastic. It's worth picking up if you are a fan of this comic book. I think it's the best there out there right now, without breaking the bank, for sure. Because like I said, there's a lot of customs of this back then, and they're all expensive. All of them are expensive, while this pretty affordable, and I would say easy to get, because this is still on pre-order. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about this figure? Do you think it turned out how you envisioned it to be? Do you think it's better, worse? And are you going to pick it up? Do you think the price is right? I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, thank you for watching. And if you are not yet, please subscribe to the channel, because, there's some drops, some Big Bad that I post in my page all the time. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.